Hello everyone, I welcome all to my day 7 Angular 8 training session. So if you see, I already uploaded Angular 8 videos on Angular 8 up to day 6. You can go through this video in a sequence starting from the day 1 to day 6. And if you see, there are some more videos on CSS3 also. Even you can find videos on HTML5 concept also. Please go through this video, those who are interested to learn HTML5 and CSS3. So we'll start our today's session. So in our today's session, we'll learn some important concept on Angular, which is how we can route through child routing. What do we mean by child routing in Angular? And we'll cover how we can pass the data between unrelated components. So let's see our application. I'll go to the order page. If you see, I have created 3 tabs: confirm order, deliver order, and cancel order. If you click on the tab, you can able to see we are navigated to that tab. When confirm order is shown, then corresponding whatever being written in confirm order that is being displayed. When deliver order tab is clicked, whatever being written within the deliver order that is being displayed. Same for the cancel order. So currently there is no rows to display for the cancel order. So we'll see how we can navigate through this tab, how we can configure in our routing module. So if you see, these tabs are coming under order menu, order navigation menu. So you can consider the entire screen is the order component, in which we have 3 child components. One is confirm order, another is deliver order, and third one is the cancel order. Okay. So we'll see. First of all, what we have to go, so just go to the order component.html file. If you see, I am use the Angular material concept of displaying the tabs. So we have 3 tabs. This is one tab, this is second tab, this is the third tab. Okay, for this we are using math tab links. You will find this code from the Angular material website. If you see, we will go to the Angular material website. This is the tab component that we have to select. You will find this is the tab, how it works. So for integrating the tab in your application, you have to import the math tab module in your application. I already have imported. And to see the HTML code, what we have to do, just click on this, you will get the HTML code. So I have used the same code. Okay, so it will it is used for navigation. That's why we are using anchor tag along with math tab link properties, and we are binded to the router link property for navigation. So we are routing through to the order, then confirm order. Then router link active equal to active. This is some CSS class that we have, that we are using for highlighting the tab that is being selected. This is the CSS I am using for displaying the selected tab, so that it will be highlighted, so that user will be know which one tab is in active state for that. And we are using router links in which we are binded to the path whichever we want to navigate. This path we have configured in app routing module.ts file. So if you go to this app routing module.ts file, for the order, just keep an eye on the order path. So for the order path, we have a children properties. In the children properties, we have configured these are the paths. So for confirm order, we have confirm order component. For path deliver order, we have deliver order component. And cancel order, we have cancel order component. All these 3 paths are children of order. That's why we have to mention the children property here. And once the order component is loaded, we want the confirm order to be displayed by default. So that's why we have to mention this. So when we click on the order component, it will be redirected to the confirm order. That's why always the first step will be shown. And let's go to the order component.html file. In order component HTML5, we have mentioned the navigation bar for the tab, nav links for the tab, along with we are using router outlet. So this is the router outlet for containing the navigation content. Like if we click on the confirm order tab, whatever is written in confirm order component.html, that will be rendered within this router outlet, and whatever we have written in deliver order, when it is clicked, that will be rendered here. If we click on the cancel order, whatever in the cancel order.html, that will be rendered in router outlet. So here we are routing, so that's why we need a router outlet for this. This is the router outlet for this children routing of order component. Order component is the parent, and these are the children router of order component. So it's clear, I believe. So let me close this one also. And if you see in app component.html file, we have another router outlet that we are following from the starting of our application. Now this is the main router outlet where all the pages will be rendered. Like if we are in my home page, then home page will be rendered in that router outlet of app component. The product page will be rendered in the router outlet tag of the app component.html file. If order is being clicked, whatever being written, entire screen will be rendered in this router outlet, and we can and whatever being displayed within the tab, that will be rendered within the router outlet of order component.html that we have seen just before. Okay, so let me close it. So let me open the component that is being needed. So for the three tabs, I have three components: one cancel order, one confirm order, another deliver order. Okay, so we have covered like how we will do the child routing by using the children property in the navigation, like the children property in the file where you want to configure the path. Okay, so we have seen that we have to, like for the component, if we needed some children routing, so in the path we have to use the children property, and we will specify the path and component. So up to this we have covered how we can achieve children routing in Angular. So now we will see how we can pass the data from one component to another. In my dev5 video, I already explained the two way of passing data from one component to another by using @input decorator and by using the @output decorator. So please keep it in mind, like this @input and @output decorator way of passing the data is only applicable for those components which are having parent-child relationship. But the next question is how we can pass the data between the siblings, between the unrelated components, the components which are not having parent and child relationship in the sibling component. So if you see these tabs, confirm order, cancel order, these are the sibling component because these are the children component of order component. So how we can pass the data from one component to another? So if you see, if I will click on this delete button, the record will be deleted from here, and we will get that record in the cancel order. So we will pass the data from here to here. So let me delete the Salman record. One record deleted, two record deleted. We'll find those two records in the cancel order. So here how we are passing the data from confirm order to cancel order between the unrelated component. We'll see. For passing the data between the unrelated component, what we have to do, we have to use the behavior subject concept in Angular, the advanced way of data passing. For that, what we have to do, first of all, I have created a order.service.th file. It is a service file. So as it is a service file, we have to mention in the provider array of app.module.th file. Let me open it. In app.module.th file, you will find the order service being declared within the provider array, and we need to import this order service also. Okay, we have imported here. Correct. So whatever the service you will create, we have to provide that in the provider array. Otherwise, it won't be available for users. Okay. Likewise, we have declared the user service, product service. So whatever the service you will create, we have to declare in the provider array of the app.module.ts file, so that it will be available to entire component, to the entire application. Then in order service.ts file, what I have done, I have declared a variable, a class level variable, which is of type behavior subject, which is an instance of behavior subject. And this behavior subject, we are passing an empty array. And here we have created one interface, order interface, because we are passing the order from whatever the order being deleted, from confirm order to cancel order. We are passing the order. That's why so this behavior subject will take order is of type order array. Okay. So this order is a model that we have created. We'll go to that model also. We'll see how it looks. So please be with me and you will be able to understand this advanced concept. Where is the model? Okay, so here is the model folder. You will get order.ts file. Okay. Here we will declare some of the properties of the order interface. These are the properties corresponding to this record: name, then it is customer name, I think, customer name, then item, then quantity. Okay. The same interface we are using in our behavior subject, because we will pass the data from one component to another. So we are passing the order data. So here we have defined order array. And initially we don't want to pass any data, that's why we have mentioned an empty array. This way we can declare a behavior subject instant. Okay. Then we have to declare three functions. One for set. Like in this function, what we are doing, we are setting the array. So cancel order is the array of order that user has cancelled. So here we are setting it in a behavior subject by using the next function, so that we can subscribe it. So as this behavior subject will be written as an observable, so it's an observable, that's why we have to, if you want to store any data, we have to use the next operator, so that the data will be emitted. In the get, what we are doing, we are returning that behavior subject as an observable. So as an observable, we have to use dot as observable function. So it is returning an observable which is storing array of order. In clear cancel object, so what in this function what we are doing, we are clearing, like we are resetting our behavior subject. Once it is set, and after that it will be get, no need of this behavior subject, we will clear it. Okay. So in this way, like we have to create three functions for the behavior subject. Then we will go to the confirm order. In confirm order.ts file, what we are doing, let me show you. In confirm order.ts file, I have declared one array which is of type order array, in which we have some couple of objects, couple of orders, customer name, item and quantity. And these variables, this array of objects were binded to the HTML file by using the table. If you see, we are using *ng4 for displaying the records. Confirm order, then it will iterate, it will get one object, and each object having three properties. So we have three rows. Along with we have another, we have three columns. Along with we have another one extra column for the delete button, so that on click of delete, that record will be deleted. Okay, so what we are doing here, on click of on delete, we are passing that order, the order that we want to delete. And in on delete function, what we are doing, in the on delete function, once we get the order object that we want to delete, we are pushing that in an array. Okay, and this array we are setting in behavior subject. This is the same array is being set in the behavior subject so that it will be subscribed in the component, in the cancel component, in the component where we need this cancelled order. So this is a method in order service. To call this method, we have to create an instance of order service. We have created in the constructor method, private, then any variable of your choice which is of type order service. So on delete method, it will get the order that user want to delete. So then we have to push that in an array because user can delete more than one order also. So then same array we have to set in behavior subject by this way, by calling this function in the order service. And if you again go to this function, in this function we are setting the array of cancel order in the behavior subject using the next method. Okay. Then this middle line, why this is being written? So if you have seen, once we have deleted record, the number of record goes on decreasing. So this is basically JavaScript concept, ES6 concept. So in confirm order, we have the original array, all the order being available. Then we are iterating through this array, we are filtering the array such that we are storing those objects which user has not deleted. So it's an iteration. Here we have a condition like if the order.item does not match with the order cancel.item, means this is the item that user has cancelled. If it is not matching, then those objects will be assigned to another array, confirm order. It will be assigned to the same array, so that whatever the order user has clicked on for cancelling, that will be omitted, that will be erased, and we will get the rest of the data in the new array. Our array confirm order gets updated. Okay. So that's why if we will go to our screen again, that's why now we are seeing all the records. If we click on this, the number of records are decreasing because of this JavaScript concept. Okay. So whatever the user has clicked, whatever the order the user has clicked, that if this is not matching with any other order, that will be displayed, and if it is matching, then that will be erased. Okay. So the main concept is on click of delete, we are getting the order object that user wants to delete. We are pushing that in an array, and we are setting this in a behavior subject by calling this method. Okay. So once it is set, so we need to subscribe to this method, because behavior subject, we are returning the behavior subject as an object. To get this array of cancelled order, we need to subscribe it. And where we need to subscribe it? In the component where we need this array of cancel order. We need this array of cancel order in cancel order.component.ts file. In cancel order.component.ts file, we have a method, subscribe order cancelled. So it can be any method of your choice. So we are doing this dot order service. So same, we have to create an instance of order service by using dependency injection. Then we are calling get cancel behavior subject function of the order service. In get cancel, we are returning behavior subject as an observable. Okay. So this will return an observable. So as return observable is a lazy collection of data, so we need to subscribe to that observable. We'll get the array of cancel order. Once we get the array of cancel order, we will assign to our class variable cancel order, which is also a type of array of orders. Okay. Once we subscribe to the cancel order array, once we are assigned to this class level variable, the next thing is like the same story repeated in the HTML file of cancel order. We are using table structure in which we are iterating the cancel order that we have received, that we have subscribed, and we are displaying the cancel order in the cancel component.html file. Okay. So the next thing is like we have to declare another class level variable, any name of your choice, which is of type subscription. This subscription we have to import from RxJS. Okay, then here we are subscribing to the observable. So wherever you will subscribe, you have to assign this to sub. The sub will contain the instance of subscription. Then in the ng on destroy, we have to unsubscribe the subscription. It's a good practice. Whenever you are subscribing to the observable, you need to unsubscribe it in the ng on destroy method. Okay, and one more reset thing also we have to do. Like if we see in the confirm order.component.th file, we are setting the array of cancelled order and we are subscribing in the cancel order.component.th file. So from here we are setting, and in cancel order.component we are getting the array of records. So but let's suppose if our confirm order component.ts file is loaded for the first time. At that time user has not clicked on any delete button, so this function is not called. So there will be no need of setting the behavior subject. So on the page load of this component, we need to clear the behavior subject. This is the code for resetting the behavior subject. So we are clearing by calling clear cancel behavior subject function. In clear cancel object behavior subject function, we are passing an empty array for resetting our behavior subject. Okay, so this is one of the important things. Wherever you are setting your behavior subject, there itself we need to reset it on the ng-onInit method. So we are mentioned one method, reset behavior subject, in which we are clearing the behavior subject, and we are calling this method in the ng-onInit, so that this method will be called when the confirm order is loaded for the first time, and it will clear the behavior subject. And if user will delete, then only it will set. And once it is set, as soon as it's set, it will be, this function will be called, because we are subscribing. And this function we are calling in ng-onInit also. Okay. And in this way we are passing the data from one component to another component between the unrelated component. Okay. And the important things to remember is the component, in one component we need to set it, and in any other component, like we can subscribe to that observable in more than one component, wherever we want the data corresponding to that behavior subject. So we need the data in this component, so we are subscribing. So the useful of the subscribe method is, like, as soon as it is set, this method, subscribe method, will be fired, and we will get the data in our class level variable of cancel order component.ts file. And second important thing is, we need to clear the behavior subject in the ng-onInit method. Okay, ng-onInit method of the component wherever we set the behavior subject, so that when the page load for the first time, it won't set anything. It will set an empty record. So this is for clearing the behavior subject, and we are calling this function in ng-onInit. And third important concept is, wherever we are subscribing to the behavior subject, we have to unsubscribe it in the ng-ondestroy method. So these are the three good practices of using the behavior subject. So we have deleted, let me delete all the records, and we will get all the records in the cancel order. So we are passing the data from here to here, and whatever the data we receive here, we will call an API, and it will delete the record from the database. So in this way we are, like, transferring the data from one component to another component using behavior subject. I guess everything is clear up to this. So for today's session we are winding here. So we are winding up here. So for today's session, what we have covered is, like, we have covered the child routing concept along with behavior subject concept. Child routing is an important concept. For child routing, we have used the child routing in order component for the tabs. Okay, for tab navigation. And for passing the data from one component to another component, means the unrelated component, we have used behavior subject. If there will be a parent-child relationship, we have to use @input or @output of @output decorator. If there will be some parent and child relationship between the component. So these are unrelated components, we have to use the behavior subject, because there @input and @output decorator won't work. Even in the parent-child component relationship also we can use behavior subject. So behavior subject is a universal way of transferring the data between the component, you can say. If you know behavior subject, you can handle the data communication concept, that you can play with the data communication. You can pass the data from one component to any other component. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, please like my videos, and please provide your comment so that I will work on your comments. Thank you guys.